Welcome to another edition of Digital Marketing 101. I'm Solomon Timothy. Today's question is, what is better, SEO or PPC? This is a common question that I get all the time. People are wondering, which one should I do? Should I do some SEO, which is organic search engine optimization that takes possibly months and months, if not years, to master high competitive keywords? Or do I go the route of buying traffic through pay-per-click advertising on Google or any other platforms, right? Just being able to get search traffic or display traffic. Can I pay for it or should I wait it? It's almost as if the questions are, it's either or, right? As if you don't do them together. It's just a different mindset when you're on the other side as a marketer. This is something that you need to do together to figure out your long-term SEO strategy or your pay-per-click strategy. See, in SEO, let's say that you're investing a lot of time, you're creating content, driving traffic, and the traffic is not converting. 6 months later, you're like, oh my gosh, wrote all the content, I got all this amazing authority and all the links to my site. 6 months later, it's not converting. But you could have done that by running some paid ads and give it 1 month to say, hey, what are my top converting keywords? And then take those keywords, invest it into an SEO campaign, just so you know what type of keywords that you should be investing in. You could easily do that if you were buying some ads with specific search terms that you hope to show up for on an organic campaign. Now, some keywords are extremely competitive that SEO is just not an option to rank for that term. It could be a short tail keyword that millions and millions and millions of searches. It's a wishful thinking to say, well, I'm going to show up by writing a couple of articles. Obviously, you know that you're only going to win those keywords that are still, maybe it's competitive, but it's not to the competitive nature as like 1 word or 2 word competitive. And some industries are nearly impossible because of the nature of the business. It's just been so saturated with so many competitors. I wouldn't even recommend it. Pay-per-click would be the only thing that you can do, yet find more long tail keywords that you can show up for organic searches, while a lot of the short tail keywords for your specific geo-targeted areas that you want to show up for. And if you have a national campaign, that's great, but you're not going to show up 100% of the time with pay-per-click just because of the nature of the industry. It could be a finance industry, insurance, right? Certain medical terms, legal. Some of them are extremely competitive and it's just not going to show up simple as, oh, I want to rank on the first page. Now, geo-targeted, very much, right? Anything that's location, that's a lot more possible with SEO. Whereas if it's a national, that might be very competitive in the pay-per-click space. So there's a lot that you can do when you're running both of them at the same time. They're not mutually exclusive. It's not like, hey, if I do PPC, then do I not do SEO? You need to consider both as part of your marketing mix and then figure out, hey, how much do I invest into pay-per-click? What's going to be my return on that investment? And what am I going to invest in SEO and long-term content? Obviously, long-term, if you just think very long-term, the cost of getting a lead is going to be significantly less on SEO. Every time you get a click to your website, let's say you get 10,000 visits a month, and if you were going to do all 10,000 through paid, you would pay every time a person clicks on it. Whereas if you were to get 10,000 visits, only 10% of that was from paid and 90% of that was from organic traffic. Think about it, you only had to pay for 10% of that traffic to come to your website. So long term, the cost of generating a lead is going to be significantly less with an SEO or content marketing or just anything that you can do to improve the website, the usability, and just the way that people interact with it. If you can work on improving that and making it more mobile friendly, make the website load faster, you're not only going to get more conversions on SEO, you're going to get conversions no matter how they come to the website. You will get more conversions if they come through paid or maybe social or referral traffic. There's nothing wrong with investing a significant portion of your budget for SEO if you have that long-term vision. However, if you need to generate leads and sales right now, and you want to also use that to do some research, because you can spend a few $100s and figure out what keywords you should be investing in right now. So from a research perspective, hey, what are the long tail keywords that I should go after? use PPC because you can drive traffic right now. Now let me give you another pro tip. In pay-per-click, especially as I mentioned, research, about 15% of searches on Google is actually unique every month. Google hasn't even seen it. So if you're thinking that SEO is going to capture those keywords, it's going to be a while before you even find out that's a keyword because it's not even on Keyword Planner on Google, right? So if you use pay-per-click, if you run the keywords at more of a broad match or phrase match just to get some more information, phrase match is great, broad modifier, anything that you could use to get a little bit more information on what more are my audience searching for, you'll get a lot more information off of a pay-per-click campaign. And you could still put a budget on it, put a daily budget that's absolutely within that threshold that you feel comfortable investing. You can get a lot of information, get a lot of ROI by combining them both. If you can think about investing into both, whatever budget makes sense for you, that would be my perfect answer for a campaign like this. So if you got some value out of this video, consider sending us more questions. We love answering them here. Click that like button, consider subscribing, leave us a comment whether you like this answer, if you got some additional comments that you want to add to this, we'd love that. So thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you next time.